Hey guys, so this is going to be my last video for at least today and tomorrow. On Thursday I will do a prediction video for Tampa versus Toronto or Boston, or maybe I'll post that on Thursday, but like whenever the preview or whatever comes out, then yeah. But so for now I'm going to like basically preview kind of like the Game 7 in Toronto and kind of like talk about, do the teams deserve to be out of Game 7? You know what I mean? So I'm just going to like preview it, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's start. So Game 1, Boston took it 5-1, very convincing, a 1-0 Boston in the series. Game 2 also in Boston, 7-3 Boston victory, 2-0 Bruins, just like that. A 2-hole just like that. Game 3, 4-2 Toronto, so they return to Toronto, they get a win. It's 2-1, okay, so you start to have some confidence again. Game 4 also in Toronto, 3-1 Boston victory, which made it 3-1 Boston. At that point, I was thinking 3-1 Boston. And usually I'm a negative person, so even asked my friend, I told him in a group chat that I'm in with a bunch of other my friends. I said, I'm gonna say it right now, Leafs in 7. Leafs in 7. That's what I said. Before, like right after Game 4, a 3-1 hole, I was like, Leafs in 7. Yeah, like if you want, I'll actually show you proof. Like I don't have it exactly right now, but if I can actually find proof right now, then I'll do it. I just don't know what chat it's in. But while I look for this, I will say that after the 3-1 loss in Game 4, I was just kind of like, I was nervous. I was like, is this actually going to happen? Are we actually going to lose? You know what I mean? Like, is this actually going to, like, really? Are we actually going to, you know what I mean? Like, are we actually going to do this? So, I think I actually found it, so hang on a second. Yep, I found it. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second. So, and then, like before this, and I said that this before Games 5 and 6, and I'll even show you the date. So Game 5, 4-3 Toronto, a victory in Boston, so a win. So then it's 3-2. It makes the thing is interesting, which does force the Game 6, which happened to fall on the day of the van attack. Again, our RIP child victims, because that's really depressing. Toronto got a huge win yesterday in Toronto for like obviously the fans, the city, and then obviously like the city. Like I'm not saying they only won because of the attack. Like obviously I would prefer the attack not be there, but like obviously not happen. But like it happened, so I mean I don't. Just scares me, you know what I mean? So a big 3-1 victory did tie the series at 3-3. So at that point you're like, oh, it's tied. So now it was a Game 7, right? Yeah, it was a Game 7 now. So even right now, I'll prove to you right now that I said it. So I said, you know what? So like, the Leafs are the second best Toronto team or whatever. Damian's actually being positive, LMAO. And then I said, you know what? I'm calling it right now. Leafs in 7. What did he say? No. I said, we'll see. They won't win 2 in Boston. Well, I mean, they already have one. They have already. Oh yeah, and then Francis I was like, they could. And then he was like, oh my god, stop with the they could. Okay. So if the Leafs do lose tomorrow, okay, cool. But I was still technically right because I said Leafs in 7. He thought it was over in 5. I'm already right. I said the game would go to a 7. I said Leafs in 7. I never said it would go to a Game 7. I said Leafs in 7. But the Leafs tomorrow have a chance to prove me right, which I really hope they do, because then that's like devastating. To be honest, whoever loses, it's devastating for, because then Toronto came back and they tried to like do it for the whole city, you know. And then you come back and then you lose in Game 7. It's heartbreaking. And then for Boston, you have a 3-1 lead and then you lose in 4 or lose in 7. Then it's also heartbreaking. So I'm not going to go through each individual game, but I know Brad Marchand scored, Hyman, Backus, Pastrnak, Corrali, Krejci, DeBrusk, Miller, Nash, Marner, Bozak, more Pastrnak. I think he had a hat trick in Game 2. A JVR scored a few. Adam McQuaid, Marlowe, Chara, Matthews, Marlowe again. Torrey Krug, Thomas Plekanec, potted one. Connor Brown, Andreas Janssen, again David Backus, more Tyler Bozak, more JVR, Sean Corrali, Noel Achari. They got the game winner, or no, made a 4-3 Toronto in Game 5. Jake DeBrusk, Nylander got his first, Marner and Plekanec got their second in Game 6, and now we're just waiting for Game 7. So now I'm going to tell you the stats basically. Like, I don't have every single stat, but I do have. So, like, how many shots were there in the total series in 6 games? Boston has 209 shots throughout the whole series, and Toronto has 173. So, of course, they have a lot more shots. Goals, 21 for Boston, 16 for Toronto. 193 out of 209 saved for Toronto, and then 152 shots saved out of 173 for Boston. The total amount of power plays, Toronto had 13, Boston had 19. Power play goals, Toronto, I only counted 3, and then Boston 6. So their power play percentage, 3 for 13 for Toronto, which equals 23.07%. And then for Boston, 6 for 19, which is 31.57%. So of course, Toronto's power play has been better. Now moving on to the penalty kill, Boston 10 out of 13 killed. So their Boston's penalty kill percentage is 76.92%. Toronto killed 13 of 19. So their penalty kill percentage was 68.42%. So, and then I do have some stats for you as well for the game 7s. So the Bruins are 13-12 all time in game 7s, including 12-8 on home ice. So they do have the advantage because they're at home. This will mark Boston's 26th appearance in a game 7, breaking a tie with the Detroit Red Wings, 25 for the most in NHL history. Now the Leafs are 12-10 all time in game 7s, including 5-9 on the road. Boston holds a 2-1 edge in 3 previous head-to-head Game 7s against Toronto, including the 2013 conference quarterfinals when the Bruins became the first NHL team in NHL history to overcome being behind 3 goals in the third period to win a Game 7. The team that scores first is 126-43, 746% chance of winning, and 169 all-time Game 7s in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So the team that scores first is more than likely to win. Home teams are 99-70, 586% in those 169 Game 7s. So the home team obviously has the advantage, but the 99-70, they're still 70. It's not 90. It's not 99-20. You know what I mean? It's still fairly close. 49 Game 7s in the Stanley Cup playoffs have required overtime, 24.3%, and then home teams have a 21-20 edge. So based on stats, it does look better for Boston. But if you look at the last 2 games, Boston has not played that well. Boston has had 2 chances to close out Toronto. They could not do it. But now, obviously Boston thought, we're going to come home. It's going to be Game 7. And then I was even doubtful because I was like, I'm not watching Game 5. We're going to lose like 10-0. And then my friend made the idea of coming over, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll watch the game. And then it was 1-0. I was like, oh, okay. 2-0. I was like, okay, maybe because, And then we went on to have a 4-1 lead, and then almost blew it, but we held on for a 4-3 victory. But like the thing is, I don't know. Like it's really tough to say. My friend Lucy is like really stressed too, including me. The game is literally it's 9:16 p.m. right now. The game is going to be going on right now, a day from now. I'm just so nervous for it because like I want the Leafs to move on because again it is going to be heartbreaking for either team. You had a 3-1 lead, you blew it, you're down 3-1, you come back just to lose. Either way, it's going to be upsetting. But the thing is, and also the Leafs have figured out how to close the games. So when the Maple Leafs held on for a 4-3 victory in Game 5 against the Bruins, it was largely because of goaltender Frederik Andersen, who made 19 saves in the third period. Toronto never trailed in the game, but looked wobbly in the late going. Not so in their 3-1 win on Game 6, carrying a 2-1 lead into the final of 20 minutes after a shaky second period. Toronto tightened up at the back end and held the visiting Boston Bruins to 7 shots in the third. That's really good. And I think they got their 1 to 2 shots in 10 minutes. So I was like, yes, this is really good. Come on, win this game. If Toronto can institute a similar defensive plan for a full 60 minutes in Game 7 on Wednesday, it will have a legitimate shot to win this series. There was an incredible stick save from April 23rd from yesterday. It was an incredible stick save. I know Andersen has made 2 incredible stick saves, I believe, in this series to keep them in the game, to avoid those 2 goals from going in. I don't know. More about the Game 6 game yesterday. So Andersen made 32 saves yesterday, and the Maple Leafs, who trailed the best-of-7 series 3-1, won at home to force a Game 7 in Boston, and of course to tie the series. So on Wednesday, Sir William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and Thomas Buchanan scored for the Maple Leafs, who have won the past 2 games. So Toronto has won the past 2 games because they were obviously elimination games. This is another elimination game. Whoever wins moves on, whoever doesn't loses. But now the thing is... Boston is an elimination game. I mean, so is Toronto, yeah, but Sorry guys, my dad ended up coming upstairs or downstairs, so I relocated to the basement because I do not want anybody seeing me do videos because I hate that, especially family. So as I was saying, both teams are in an elimination game now, but of course Toronto has the last 2 games, and they obviously know what it's like to play in pressured games now. Of course Boston does too, because now they know that Toronto is forced to game 7 now, and then if they lose that one, then that's it, bye. It's like a 3-1 series. It's like, oh well, we just lost game 5, we'll win game 6. No, they didn't. So I mean, they can't just keep saying, oh well, we'll win the next one, you know, whatever. No, because you never know, right? Like, I wasn't even sure if they were going to win the 6th game. I wanted them to, because I was like, bro, they lost in 6 last year, and I do not want that to happen again. Because my friend Francis jinxed it last year, saying Caps in 6. What happened? Caps win in 6. And this year, I think he said Bruins in 6 or 7. It's not in 6, but it could be 7 now. So, in order to prove me right and him wrong, the Leafs have to win tomorrow, and I'll be right. Then I can use that as a haunting memory for him ever, because I was like, Leafs in 7? He's like, no. So, well, we'll see. I mean, again, now we have the actual chance to, so either way I'm right. Or I'm technically right if you think about it. So, again, both teams are on an elimination game now. Toronto has experience, obviously, now. Boston, we have not seen, like, desperate now, because now if Boston loses, then they're out, right? So now Boston knows that it's not just like a win or a lose, and then, like, we still play another one. Now it's on the line now. So in the first 2 games of the series, each a win for the Bruins. The lineup: Patrice Bergeron, Brad Marchand, and David Pastrnak combined for 20 points, 5 goals, 15 assists. It had 3 points in Game 4. The other game won by the Bruins in the series, but in Games 3, 5, and 6, each a Boston loss. The line didn't score a point. Bergeron, Marchand, and Pastrnak likely hold the key to the Bruins season. The performance of the 3 forwards, each a 30-goal scorer in the regular season, will be crucial in Game 7. So, of course, that'll be crucial for Game 7. Toronto obviously knows what it's like to shut down them. And again, it is going to be in Boston, which does give the edge to Boston. But then again, Toronto has already shown that they can win in Boston with a 4-3 victory just a few nights ago on Saturday night. So they obviously can show that they can win. But again, it is in Boston, and that just worries me, because now I know that their home crowd is on their side. And Toronto is like the visiting team, and then Toronto obviously lost the past, you know, they're 1-2 against Boston in the last 3 Game 7s. And then 5-9 in like recent, in Game 7s on the road. And then it's scary, you know what I mean? Like, it's scary, because like you don't want your team just to come back just for heartbreak. Like, I have a video up on YouTube already of me like reacting to games. I was like, we won. Like, my voice was cracking. I was like, we won. And now I don't want to be like, we lost. No, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I just want Toronto to finish this. Either way, if we lose in the second round, I care, but I don't, because then it's like, bro, at least we beat the Bruins. At least we came back down 3-1. And even if we come back, and if we go down to Tampa Bay Lightning, it's gonna make me feel that we can have a chance to come back. So now I'm gonna see what else I have written down. So obviously, power plays are also crucial. The home team advantage is obviously on Boston's favor. Boston has outshot Toronto. Boston has more power plays. Their penalty kills better. Basically, a lot of their things are better, but Toronto has played better in the last 2 games. That's what's making me choose this game. I'm not going to predict, because I'm going to say it'll probably go to overtime, which I cannot handle in overtime. But if it goes to overtime, I'm thinking of recording the whole game, because my friend may come over tomorrow for a Game 7, which it does make sense. But I don't know if my mom will allow that. So, I mean, we'll see. It is on a school night at this time. It's mostly Wednesday night, and I have school, so I'm still in high school. So, we'll see how that goes. But so in Game 1, the shots were 40-27 for Boston. Toronto went over 3 on the power play. Boston went 3 for 6. In Game 2, the shots were 28 for Boston, 33 for Toronto. On the power play, Toronto was 1 for 4. Boston 2 for 4. In Game 3, the shots were 42-30 for Boston, and Toronto 1 for 1 on the power play. Boston 0 for 1. Game 4, shots 32-21 Toronto. Power play 0 for 0 for Boston, and then 0 for 1 for Toronto, so only 1 penalty during Game 4. And then come back to Game 5, 45-21 shots for Boston, so Boston really tried to end it, but they couldn't. Boston went 1 for 6 on the power play. Toronto went 1 for 1, which that basically didn't end up being the game winner, the one power play goal. Despite Boston having 6 opportunities, Toronto only needed 1 to capitalize and win the game. In Game 6, the shots were 33-30 for Boston. 0 for 2 on the power play was Boston, and then 0 for 3 was Toronto. And then again, the total shots were 209, 173 for Boston, and then 21-16 a goal scored for Boston. So I hope you guys like this video. I will do a first round review, sorry, on Thursday. So of course at that point I'll know if the Leafs moved on or not. I will be watching the game for sure. I'll probably be recording. I'll be stressing the hell out. My friends may or may not be there. Either way, I'll be on call with them. I'll be stressing out so much. Because like I don't want this to like result in a heartbreak. Because now I know the Bruins are going to be better. They're going to be faster. Because they know it's a Game 7. They know it's they know it's in front of their fans in Boston. It's just stressful. Sports are so stressful. Like I'm actually so scared right now. I don't even know what to really say. Like I do have faith in my team, of course. Like they have been really good the past 2 games. But then again, you never know. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to stop stressing out now. Just chill. The game's not for another 24 hours. Which makes me want to, like, spaz. Because then I know when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be like, bro, it's the game's today. But I'm just going to say, go Leafs, go. I hope you're going to win it for your city. Especially what happened on Monday. Just win it for your city. Not only for that, just for the whole city in general. Just for your fans. Just don't lose like you did last year. Last year in 6th. This year, do not make it 7. Try to make it a win. A Game 6 loss, make it a Game 7 and win the next year. Okay, guys? So best of luck. Play like you did yesterday in the 3rd period. Limit Boston shots. Is do whatever you can to not allow Boston to get in their zone or in your zone. Like have really good defense. Anderson, you have to be on point tomorrow. I'm stressing at this point. I'm ranting. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I will see you guys Thursday for the NHL first round review of all the teams, and I will see you guys in that video. But first, I forgot to say, do these teams deserve to be in a Game 7? Yes, they do, because in the beginning, I was like Boston or something in 6 or 7. So I do think this series should go 7. Thank God it is, because it's just a great series. It should go the longest as it can, right? So again, that's my opinion. I don't know my prediction. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm not going to say a prediction. All I know is someone's going to win in 7. I'm going to say it's going to go to overtime. I'm going to say it's going to be by 1 goal. Although Toronto or Boston might be dominant. It could be a dominating like performance by Toronto or Boston. Who knows? You never know. I'm gonna shut up now. Okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.